Yeah, beat the Sharks, beat the Bulls now. How does it feel?
Fantastic. Just want to congratulate my staff and the team for really putting huge effort. They really worked hard for this. I think they fully deserve this. Fantastic feeling.
I mean, the obvious question is after yesterday's decision, how does you guys feel? I mean, at some point you're going to be losing a lot of these guys, even though there is a future.
Yeah.
Just how do you feel?
It's a bit of a disappointment, but I think we never spoke about this whole issue. I think we were entirely focused on our task at hand. It's a huge privilege to be playing Super Rugby. I'm thankful for the opportunity. We've learned a lot of lessons, and I think as coaches and players we've grown a lot. We're in the situation now, and we're still not clear how it's going to evolve, but we just want to enjoy the special feeling. I think the guys have showed that this year they enjoy being together, from the Australian tour to Argentina and getting back here. We spent some time together, and there's a close bond between the guys, and they really enjoy being together. And it shows just that it's not always about what you do on the training field, but it's also what you do in terms of your culture and in terms of creating something where people feeling special and they want to be together, and that makes a huge difference. And at this moment we are just enjoying each other's company, and we're just enjoying this ride and looking forward to give our best next week again.
Deon, people have probably called you crazy, or even someone doesn't know what they're doing. When you got Lionel out of the rugby wilderness, what do you say about his performance? Not just today,
it was sad to hear that, because I've coached Lionel in 2009. We've been to the SA Under-20 to Japan, and I remember the game against France. We were 20-0 down, and we looked up for someone to change the game for us, and Lionel put up his hand. I'll never forget that picture. And when we walked into each other again at the airport in Cape Town, it was just a natural choice that he come from the area, the Eastern Cape, and I knew that he's got the qualities, not just as a player in terms of his skills, but also in terms of his knowledge about the game, and his personality in terms of leading the guys on and off field. And I mean, for someone that has come through the ranks of Eastern Province rugby and South African rugby, we can't allow this talent to just get lost along the way. And I mean, he's a testament and example of people who just need to get an opportunity and to show their worth. We can also use Majola, the Alusi prop tonight that played. I mean, he also played SA Under-20. He haven't played in a long time. I've got him in now, and I think he had an excellent game tonight. It was his second game at Super Rugby, and I think the examples goes on. It's only about opportunity, believing in people, and putting an environment together where people can express themselves. The rest will take care of themselves.
Lionel, as players, after receiving news that the team won't be able to take part in next year's competition, how did you take it as players?
This whole season has been to play for the self-respect and to get the respect of the players around you, and to earn the respect of yourself, and to show your worth to yourself before you can, worry about external factors that you've got no control over. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. We can only look forward to it, like we have looked forward to this Super Rugby campaign when it started out. We can only look forward to it. There's nothing, we can't be negative about it. We have to be positive about it. We have to look forward to it. It's a new venture. There's a lot of positives that can come out of it, and that's what we choose to focus on. And that's what our team is built on, is being positive, enjoying it, enjoying each other's environment, and whatever circumstance or competition we'll be in, we're going to look to be competitive and to enjoy our rugby and play for each other.
Lionel, was dit lekker om 'n dag nadat jy die bevestiging gekry het, so vertoning beloftes te kom lewer vir jou lekker?
Ja, ek dink persoonlik dit was nie net noodwendig oor die nuus wat ons gister gekry het hier. Ons doel vir die week was ons het in Singapore gewen, ons het in Australië gewen, ons het 'n Suid-Afrikaanse span by die huis gewen. So vir ons mikpunt vir hierdie week was om 'n Suid-Afrikaanse span weg van die huis af te wen en dis wat ons wil doen vandag en ons is net bly daaroor.
Dan just how difficult it's going to be in a week's time to leave these guys being to go off to Japan?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a decision that I had to make some time back. I've spoken to coach. I'd like to come back to the Eastern Cape to represent them again. I come from a background where I need to be loyal to people who trust me with opportunity, and I'd like to come back and give more back to the Eastern Cape after that. So if that opportunity arises, I'd like to do that.
Deon, this team is now one in Loftus, one in Sydney, one in Buenos Aires. And tonight was very apparent that it could easily have been a game where you ended up losing by 1 point, and everyone would have said, real gutsy effort, well done guys. 27. How have they gone from a team of underdogs that has played really well without necessarily getting over the line to now the guys are winning those tight games and they're actually pulling those games through?
I think I spoke this morning to them about when I looked at the Lions All Blacks test. It's almost there's not a big difference between the Lions and the type of team that we are. Talented players that have been put together to go and play in a tournament in a series, but they got together. It's actually also a mission impossible. They got together with a common goal and almost achieved that what people thought was impossible. And for us from the start, I think we worked hard on getting a common goal in terms of what we want. Secondly, we understood clearly as a team that we've laid down a clear plan in terms of how we want to play the game by looking at the type of players that we have and never looking back in terms of working consistently to improve on that. And I've got some excellent coaches around me. It's never a one-man show. People that work very hard behind the scenes and have done some brilliant work that contributed to the fact that I could just steer the ship in the right direction and gave my input. And we also have a very, very strong focus on a player-driven culture. So we've put things in place, and as time went on, we just slowly let the players start taking responsibility and accountability for their planning, for the implementation, for running the standard on the training field, for ensuring that they make proper decisions on the field of play. And you could see tonight, I've never doubted, and I don't want to sit here and think that, or say things differently, but I've never doubted that we could win the game, because I just knew that if we stick to our kick-off plan, just get the ball back, we might get a good territory advantage, or they will concede a penalty for us to kick, and it just happened like that. So it was just like that was part of things that I think that can only happen where players have confidence and have a clear understanding of what needs to be done, and also play for each other, and that is it. It was a brilliant team effort.
Deon, how big is next week's game? As you lost in Super Rugby, but considering what you guys have done this season,
I just think we will just approach the game exactly the same way that we've done for the past week. But going and play our last game in the Eastern Cape, we would really like to use the opportunity to say thank you for all our supporters and the people that made it special for us this year. There was a time when we started to play well, and the players just the people just responded by running a campaign and supporting us, and that made a huge difference. At the start of the season, we set goals in the sense of where we said that we want to win a South African side, we want to get the people back in the stadium, and we've exceeded all of that. To see those happy faces and see a franchise of happy people and inspiring youngsters and feeling good about themselves and having something to strive for again, feeling proud about. that special moments that is more than the score on the scoreboard at the end of the day.
What kind of legacy do you think the Kings will leave from this tournament?
The legacy that we have said to them today, if you in the situation that we are now, is that this will be the last Southern Kings team that ever play a Super Rugby game. And if people look back at this team, they will look back at this team. They will look back at the individuals in terms of the skill that they exhibit, the passion, the pride, the heart, the soul that they've showcased, and the fact that irrespective of what happened in life, if your dreams are strong and you put in the proper hard work and you do things for the right reasons, and people, you understand that you are here to serve and you're not here on your own. You're here to give you all. If you can carry those values into a society or into a team, and people gain inspiration out of that, then that is the legacy that we want to leave.
Deon, just not to look at the negative maybe, but after next week, if you guys do go ahead and play in Europe, etc., does it mean rebuilding from scratch? Because it seems the uncertainty has almost made it that a lot of the guys have chosen other places.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is what's going to happen. I've never in my life had the opportunity to this level to work with a team for more than 1-2 seasons consecutively. So it's tough mentally and physically to start all over again and put things in place. But yeah, if it's a worthy cause and we can have the same result in the same situation that we have here tonight, then so be it. Then we must do it.
Deon, it's obviously very disappointing to not be in Super Rugby next year, but do you feel that this might be a step in the right direction in terms of some certainty for rugby in the Eastern Cape? And maybe from now, if your future does lie in Europe and for how many years that might be, maybe now you can actually start building a team that will last more than just 12 months.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, in order for you, if you go into an international competition, you can't have a situation where you just consistently recruiting players from elsewhere. You can start out like that, but somewhere you've got to put a sustainable structure in place, building from junior level right up to academy into your senior squads, junior and senior elite squads, and hopefully this will be the point where we can start and just continue putting the effort to get Eastern Province Rugby sustainable and build a franchise which I believe that in a few years can be an excellent example of starting from nowhere and working into something special.
I know what's been a standout moment or a moment that epitomizes what this team is all about this season.
It's a tough one, Mata. I'll just have to say that, reiterate what Coach said, it's a bunch of guys that want to come out, that want to win rugby games. We said in the beginning of the season we weren't satisfied with the way we started out the season, and it was only testament to the character and the personalities of the team that wanted to come out and win rugby games. And we said we just wanted to win one game, and once we got that, the mental shift was there for us to move on, get wins. We fell off the wagon again by losing a couple of games, and now we won consecutive games again. So I just want to, it's just the character of the team is just phenomenal. Like Coach said, it's just guys that have really embraced the opportunity, that have really wanted to win rugby games and go out and play for each other and be passionate about what we do and enjoy what we do. I think it's lost sometimes in a professional environment where you forget to enjoy and play rugby. You need to go out there and play rugby and express yourself on a level where you challenge yourself to play at a higher standard, at a higher level, and that's what the guys have done, and they've really embraced it.
Lionel, you've moved around a lot. I mean, you've very well-travelled guy as well, but you seem to be very at home in this team. Your rugby is probably the best that most of us have seen you play. Just what has been the difference?
Exactly what I've just said. The credit to the team, the guys that have embraced the way I want to play, the way that the guys next to each other want to play. We've really just create an environment where it's positive, where the team culture wants to be with each other and strive for excellence and play at a higher level and enjoy it. Like I said, do not get carried away by just the professional environment where the pressure's there all the time. It's just about going out and playing and challenging yourself and understanding as well that, you know, there's so much talent in South Africa, not just in the Eastern Cape, throughout the whole of the country. And the guys just need to go out there and play positive rugby and like I said, just enjoy the game of rugby again. And that's what we've done.
What do you say next week, man, to your team?
What I say next week?
Yeah, to your team.
It's the last bloody game and we've got to win it. At home. It's the last Super Rugby.
Guys, can we end on that one? Because I know these gentlemen pushed time up.
Just lastly, from a personal point of view, I just want to also express my condolences to the Fredericks family, Sally Fredericks family, on his passing. I mean, as a young boy, I've watched the legend play for Saro, and at this point in time, we think about them and just some part of this game also dedicate to his legacy that he left. Thanks.